Hello, beautiful friends. What a treat it is to be with you today. So I was very excited after yesterday's reading where we got the Four of Wands 3 times, and then I did an individual reading for myself, and I also got the Four of Wands in the outcome position. So what this really shows me is that we are coming into greater and greater and greater and greater alignment, right? We're coming into alignment with our heart's desires. So I felt I was a little excited yesterday in the reading, and I did add extra details into the description of that video because I had ChatGPT also break it down, and there were some spots that I definitely sensed but I missed because I was so excited. That happens sometimes. We're moving too fast and not taking the time. So anyway, my lighting is so dramatic right now with the shadows and the trees. I'll give you a little view of the beauty that's over there as the sun shines through. Anyway, always connect with nature. So today my question for the greater oracle is, what should those watching these videos be tuning into? And I felt very called to draw some medicine cards, and the first one I drew was wisdom. I don't even know how to say this plant medicine. Ricola is what I want to say, but I know that's not it. Anyway, so this is the wisdom of unicorn, and what's beautiful and what I'm getting most from this message is just like embrace your gifts. What I like here is like we've got this threshold, that's like we're coming through new magical doorways into our greater consciousness. Accept all that you are and all that you are becoming. Hold this lighter wisdom, hold this thing. As we discussed yesterday, don't focus all on the skin that's still being shed. Focused on what you are becoming as the skin is shed. So this comes right on. Focus on your magic, not on the wounds that you're healing, okay? That doesn't mean we're not still healing the wounds. That doesn't mean we're completely whole and da-da-da-da-da. We're always working and striving towards our greater expansion, and that's the beauty. So that's the medicine of this card. Now, what came up next was the lighthouse, okay? And I'm actually going to read straight from the book because it's so spot on and it's so well articulated that I just have to share it this way. So, the lighthouse, a moment of vision. Hold your vision, trust the process, all right? So just sit with that. Hold the vision, trust the process. It's the same theme, right? Transmute the skin and know where you're moving towards and trust it. We're doing the work. All right. You are so close. But when you are reaching your goal, that is when your spirit will be tested the most. Do I deserve this? Was this what I wanted? It is just when you are about to reach the goal that self-doubt arises in a big shadow. It is now time to trust the process. Don't let fear get in the way of your soul's purpose, and don't let grandiosity of your own vision scare your heart and turn into anxiety. Instead, go little by little and see your vision as the sum of small pieces of a whole, and each day aim at one little task. Before you know it, you will be so much closer to where you wish to be. Whatever you do, don't abandon yourself right before reaching your goal. Fear of success might get in the way, but you just need to stay grounded in what you're doing right now and not to think too far ahead. Self-sabotage will tempt you, but this is the moment when you need to prove yourself that a different outcome is possible and that you can rely on yourself. If things get hard, as they sometimes will, go back into your heart and remember why you started. Remember deep down the intense and loving feeling that pushed you into this search. You could try making a vision board to keep your goals clear and help you visualize where you're headed. In balance, having a clear vision, being determined and persistent, aiming for a goal, and having strong will. So what I also saw, look at all the butterflies in this card. We've been talking a lot about butterfly medicine. It's been strong in my household for sure. But I also just felt like being this beacon of the light. What I like about the lighthouse is it's also a tower, but that's been restored, all right? So it's like, yeah, beings leapt off of this tower. It could have been a place of darkness and transmutation. And sometimes the light goes out, but when the sun is out, So it's about really holding this pillar, this strength. These 1111 pillars, we're holding this light foundation. And that's exactly what the lighthouse is creating your own pillar that you are stabilized in and that you are strong and moving forwards. Now, I wanted a traditional tarot to kind of ground what these cards are and what it is that these visions is that we're holding and how we're integrating this medicine and moving forward. And what came out was the Ace of Bowls, which is the same as the Ace of Cups. Now, that is a union card. That is representing new emotional beginnings. It's a lot like the Fool card we got yesterday in the shared energy. So this really embraces this shared unison of we're both learning how to cultivate and drink from our cups being full. This is a strong emotional birth. And what I love, I'm just noticing because I'm pretty new to these cards, but what I'm really loving about this is Spirit is up here in the clouds, and she's help holding it down as she blesses this couple as they sip from their cups while holding each other. So this is all really good news. And as I said this, the sun is like now just like warming my entire being, and everything in its place, right? So this is just continued affirmations that the energy that you're holding, the prayers that you are sending out, the energy you're moving, the healing, the clearings, all of it is exactly what it needed to be, and just to keep holding this thing. If you can sit with your heart's energy and, you know, whatever it is, maybe you have a sigil, maybe you have an item, something that represents what the manifestation of total and complete union looks like for you. I know for me, I bought myself a pair of wedding shoes. They're shoes that I intend to wear when I get married. And I bought them, I ordered them special for that, and they're little moccasins, and I hung them up, and so every time I look at those, I'm like, those are my wedding shoes, you know, and they're just soaking up the energy above my union altar, is to like get fused so that I can walk the path in which I will go forward with my beloved, and as the whole being that we've been working so hard to be in this union within ourselves so that we can cultivate true partnership. I think one last piece is I've really just been thinking about these, like, you know, the fairy tale medicine and, you know, the journey that we've been on the last few years. And what I've come to understand is that, you know, most of these fairy tales and the Disney movies and everything, they all start out with the death of a loved one. And I noticed there's been a lot of death in the last few years. For me, it was I lost my father. But the catalyst that losing a foundational pillar in your life instigates is actually what drives us further into the path of initiation and clearing out those things. And I know for a lot of us, we've been really dropped into these, you know, more earthly energies than being kind of in our higher states of consciousness. And that's where it comes to us being, you know, divine beings. There's been a lot of phrasing with the divine human lately, which I don't feel like I'd really been, I'm reading it in a book that I've read before and I never noticed it before. Oh, an airplane flying above. The divine being, consciousness. Hi people in the airplane. Anyway, but what I noticed with the divine human and what we're working to cultivate as we move towards New Earth is that we are, let's see, how do I want to say this? Basically, we had to alchemize our earth bodies because we are in a human form, but we are not human, right? So those of us occupying these skin suits that came from different places and different, you know, solar system, like our soul energy is different. We're not of this place. It's like we had to learn what it really felt like to be human for a while. And because we are not human, the way we experience things in these bodies can be so much more extreme. And the way that the dramas and the chaos and, you know, the places and environments that we're in, they can go take us to extremes so that we can dip into these templates and we can start to clear out and wave out a lot of the density of earth, because we being in these bodies offer a form of alchemy that not everyone has access to. So I just wanted to offer some of those insights to you, and I hope that you know that you are doing a great job and you are a magical unicorn, you are a light bearer, and you are cultivating this true it's both an ancient and a new vibration of love on this planet. We're using the foundations of the sacred partnerships and love that came before, long ago, and we're implementing them even in a new way, into new Earth. So that we're releasing these energies of competition and struggle and fear, and we're really coming into these like truly pure vibrations. And that doesn't mean we don't have basement emotions or lower emotions in those space, but even as we have those emotions, we're going to feel the beauty of grief. We will feel the beauty of sadness. So even in the sadness, it starts to feel more like a nostalgia or an appreciation mixed with tears, that becomes this release of gratitude, of a different flavor. Yeah, anyway, I think the way I would describe that is the sweetness that comes with it is like using different types of sweeteners, having cane sugar or raw sugar or monk fruit sweetener or coconut creamer or honey, agave, maple syrup. All of those have different qualities of sweetness to them, and some even a little bit of bitter, but they all offer a similar way to bring us joy and sweetness into our life. And I think that's where our emotions are evolving and taking us. Oh, I just noticed the sweet little Timmy over here. Gosh, how did you watch this video with him being so cute over there? All right. Well, I hope that it's been wonderfully affirming for you. And please reach out if you need support, prismhealers@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email and we'll find a time to connect and have a session. So let me be of service to you. That's why I'm here and holding it down in a little cabin in the woods. All right. Well, many blessings. Aho.